It's that time of year again when you'll start to see more and more bees buzzing around.
But what do you do about them? Well, here to answer that question, we have some beekeepers, Megan Ryan and Alex Cornwell of Southwest Honey Company. Thanks so much for being here.
Good morning.
Thank you.
So we hear
and you got some guests.
Yeah, and the guests, of course. So we'll get to those. So you hear it all the time. Honeybees are going extinct. Is this true?
They could be very soon. As soon as 2035, it's reported that they could be extinct in entirety if something drastic isn't done quickly.
And why are they so important? Why do we need them? Big question.
Well, the biggest reason is pollination. They play a huge role in our agriculture and what we see in the grocery stores and our food system. So without the honeybees, we'd see a large change in our foods and grocery stores.
Life in general, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I've even seen Honey Nut Cheerios giving you like some seeds to plant these flowers that are supposed to be good for, honeybees. So if you encounter, a swarm of bees or a honeybee nest in your yard, what do you do? I'm guessing it's not recommended that you exterminate the nest, right, or the hive.
Right.
You're correct.
Don't get out the spray right away.
No.
Yeah, so don't spray them with water. Don't spray them really with anything. Call a beekeeper as soon as possible. They can help relocate, like we do, relocate them into a more natural and suitable environment for them to find a new home.
Where do you normally find honeybees if you would find them in your yard? Because a lot of people kind of forget that honeybees are very different from wasps and hornets, which those ones people are more inclined to spray. These obviously you don't want to. What does the nest look like, or the hive?
How do you tell the difference? Yeah.
Well, if you see a swarm in your yard, it usually looks like just a kind of a ball of bees, and a lot of times they'll be hanging from trees, bushes, limbs, things like that. But it'll be pretty neat to see, but they're just a big clump, and they usually find a place to rest while they're in transit to find their new home, and that's when most people will find them in their yards. Is a swarm of bees kind of moving from one place to the next.
Wow. So if we do the right thing and call you, what do you guys do? Get them into things like these, or what does a beekeeper
Bring
do?
them in
This is
to
amazing.
show us.
Show us how it works. Well, with the thing closed, of course.
Yeah.
We have kind of a box that we just put them in, and if they're on a limb, we can kind of just snip that limb off and get them primarily in the box. The most important part of capturing a swarm is making sure that we get the queen, so she can lay eggs at her new home. So we take that box, seal it up.
Right, because you got to have the queen to make this all possible. And how do you identify what the queen looks like? Because, I mean, look how many bees we're seeing here this morning. How do you know which one's the queen? She's not wearing a crown.
That would be easy.
That would make it a lot easier.
That would be easy. Each sex of the bee, actually each variation of the bee, so there's a queen, drone, which is the boy, and then workers are all girls.
Oh, okay.
They all look a little bit differently. We actually have education programs throughout the summer for kids and adults. So to learn a little bit more about identifying bees, feel free to look us up on southwesthoney.com.
Okay, I was just going to ask how to find that information. Well, thank you so much for bringing these guys in.
I feel like we could learn a lot here. Tthanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and you can find more information about Southwest Honey Company on their website, as you mentioned, southwesthoney.com.